Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for coming this video, watch this breakout session on how to engage students when implementing new technologies. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Ryan Vallow. I'm the lead business analyst for the enterprise system integration team here at IU. I'm product owner of several software systems. One we're going to talk about today that really helped us out a lot called One.IU. It's also branded as One Campus. Just to set the agenda, how students engage with all campus services in a single location, how frequently students engage with Campus Portal, which services students use to engage campus services, what features students prefer, and how simple it is to implement a new modern portal replacement. Just to give you some context, here at IU, we have two core campuses in Bloomington and IUPUI. Indianapolis. We have 7 regional campuses throughout the state. We have over 100,000 students, and we also have a faculty staff of 24,000 plus. One thing you might have struggled with, but we did too, is getting feedback from our students. And so one thing we do every year that helps us a lot is we call the Student Voice Report. This gives us feedback about technologies here at IU, and one of our reports came back pretty interesting. I'm going to go ahead and share 3 different points that came out of one of our surveys. UITS, which is our IT here at IU. One student said UITS can do a lot, but I seem to know very little about them. UITS doesn't do a good job of informing people of services available. And my favorite, this survey is the first time I even knew of certain technologies that exist here at IU. Well, we knew from a lot of feedback that the communication was broken. The question is, what do we do about it? So we took it from a 2-prong approach. We wanted to hear the feedback from students from today and understand how they communicate with the world. Well, when you ask students how they communicate with the world, one of the things they'll tell you is they talk to Siri, Alexa, different talking devices. They search, and that is the world that they live in. They live in a search-based world. And so we're like, okay, well, how can we take the search-based world and simplify it in today's modern technology? So we went ahead and created 2 different simultaneous projects. One is One.IU, and the other is a student outreach pilot. We wanted to continue to get feedback from students so we can change things on a regular basis. In One.IU, we wanted to build a simple instruction system, a portal replacement that followed a 3-step direction: search, click, and done. Very common in today's world. You go to Google, you search, you click, you're done. You talk to Siri, in a sense, you search by telling Siri to do something. Information is provided, you click on it, and you're done. How can we create the simplified product in a simple solution? Well, let's go ahead and start with the student outreach program. So, student outreach, initial charge is just to provide feedback. We wanted to know what they use today. We actually ended up hiring graphic designers. We ended up hiring several students to help when it comes to being boots on the ground. And let's go ahead and break some of that down. So the student outreach team, we started with the pilot campuses. We just set a simple budget, 60 hours a week per campus, $10 an hour, startup equipment. We gave these students iPads and said, hey, look, take a mock of what we think students want and ask them in person. Stand on the corners, literally show them the product. Don't do a mass marketing when it comes to a global, everywhere communication to get feedback. Let's actually find out what they really want. In the first semester, we had 5,400 contacts and 101 events. Today, we don't do as many events anymore, because we provided a digital way of providing feedback. But back when we were originally initiating this project, we wanted to reach as many students in person as possible. We also formed student focus groups. Get input from the biggest user groups, your students. Gather their thoughts early and often to stay on top of trends. We didn't want to build a product that we didn't provide a fast, real-time, day-to-day feedback loop, feedback channel that we couldn't stay on top of today's trends. Listen to what they're saying and use that information when you're planning your roadmap. We formed student ambassadors. We wanted to create champions and give them the resources to stay as a champion. So what did we do? We engaged student governments to lead the charge. We decked them out in swag. We gave them t-shirt, hoodies, sunglasses. Count on them to spread on the words of peers. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8. The ripple effect really took an effect here at IU. We met with them regularly and gathered important feedback. Again, we wanted to stay on top of today's trends. Social media ideas. We also started to trigger them and give them some ideas and resources to provide for social medias. Once you got beyond the initial feedback, we wanted them to spread the word of the product that we created. So Instagram, videos, next generation, TikTok, you never know. We want to provide a simple video transition to give them so they can multiply based on the social medias that they're great at. Create viral lists is another great example. Our favorite things to do with One.au, which is the product we created. Remote student-led videos, YouTube, Instagram, whatever the new social media of today is. Put Twitter out there. Twitter's a great resource to keep things long and lasting with a hashtag. Sponsor contests. These are several different ways we try to engage our students. Interns. Not only did we want to have students on the ground giving feedback, we also want to be part of the process of building the system that they want to use. We hired graphic designers to design over 1,000 icons for our process. Art students. We had students drawing chalk on the whenever you walk around campus, you look down on the ground, there might be an artist thing of some type of chalk. Digital artists creating those short little films that you can use for social media platforms. We wanted to create the content and get the students involved as much as possible. Now, obviously, you don't have to do all these things. You can pick and choose what your budget allows, but these are just some of the things we did here at IU. Now, you're probably asking, what are these things we did? Well, let me go ahead and show you some of the product. Now, I'm going to show you some screenshots to start with, but then I'm going to go ahead and show you a live demo. I just really believe the live demo gives you the real impression and real use of how it's used in today. But just from a glimpse, you can see that it's available on large desktop on computers. It's also scalable for tablet and also small devices. We knew that mobile was important. In fact, it's probably the #1 priority. Design for mobile first and allow for desktop afterwards. But our split is about 50-50, sometimes 60-40. It does change based on the time of year, but we wanted to make sure all platforms were capable. In fact, you can check this out today yourself by going to one.iu.edu, and you can actually drag the corner of your browser and scale it up and down, and it actually will adjust accordingly. All right, enough about these little screenshots. Let me go ahead and get into a live demo. So if I go into the live demo here, if you go to One.iu for the very first time, this is what you're going to see. Notice I haven't even logged in yet. We wanted information to be forefront because we wanted to be in the SEO and searching through all the different mechanisms students use today. I'm going to go ahead and share 3 examples of how students can find this information, and we'll go from there. So the first thing a student might come here and say, you know what, I'm a new student. I want to schedule my classes. So they come here and they type classes and do a search. The very first couple search results are going to be all related to scheduling classes. Now, right now, with the environment we're in, search for online classes is bumped up in the search because that's important today. But if not, they have the ability to drop and add classes. And right now, we're actually in through the semester, so late drop and add is actually available. Okay. Now, what's really neat is that, say, when this class is going on, we're going to go ahead and do another example. So now that I've started school, and I want to go ahead and check my grades. Type in grades, boom, there it is. Again, going back to that simple instruction right here, search, click, done. We want the capability for the users to come here, click search, click on what they want to do and be done. Now here at IU, we have a couple different grade systems. You might have that same thing. Now the user has the ability to find either one. If they click on it, it's the wrong one, they literally hit the back button and click on the next one. It's that quick and that easy. Now I did mention SEO several different times already. And now the way that we build the product, if you go to Google and literally type in grades at IU, our first result is going to be right here. View grades. If I click on it, look what it does. It brings you right back to the product. If I pick up a phone and say, hey Siri, show me my grades here at IU, #1 result is going to be this functionality. And that goes with all the different other products on the market. And all we did here is we took a very simple front end and made it available to all different services here at IU. Another example we can use here is Canvas. So say you have a system today that doesn't have a very pretty interface. Canvas actually has a pretty good interface. We'll use that as an example today. But you know what, as a student, you're like, look, I don't want to see all of Canvas. I only want to see my inbox, my grades, or whatever. A user can come here, click on it, and you have the ability to deep link within complicated systems. So in this case, the user comes here and they click, I just want to come to inbox. They click on inbox, takes them right through inbox. Very simple, very quick, very effective. Students love this functionality. Now, one thing that happens here a lot at IU is data changes. The URLs change. So we were like, how do we solve that problem? And so how do we solve that problem? Is creating static pages that are for these services. So here's the Canvas product here. This URL on the very top will never change. However, the destination of where this product goes to might change, from updates to upgrades and whatever. We have now the capability of changing this on the back end, and so the user will never know that it ever happened. That way, if there's any website throughout the university that links back to Canvas, they can actually link through this page and not worry about a broken URL. Very effective tool. So now you said search, click, done. It's great. But maybe the student doesn't want to search and click done every single time. So how do we even improve that even faster? Well, how we improve that faster is we do have a sign-in capability. When a user launches any service that typically has authentication, it will prompt the user to log in. But let's go ahead and log in here real quick. Whatever login system you have. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Approve. Now that I've logged in, you notice that my interface looks a little different. So now that a student clicks and finds what they want to find, now they have the capability of hitting this little heart here. So let me go ahead and undo a few of these just to kind of show you how that works. So say every day I come here and I check my grades. You're like, look, I don't need to search for it every day. Now they can come here and simply click the heart. This favorites it. From now on, when they come to the home page, guess what they're going to see? Their favorites. So now the user has taken control of their interface for things they use on a regular basis. We actually found that the average user here at IU has 6 tasks that they favorite. Those are the services they deem that they use every other day or every day, and they find it valuable. Now, say I forgot to favorite it. Well, we've thought of that. If you scroll down here, there's a section here called My Recently Used. It actually will show you what services that user recently clicked on. You know what? Maybe the user's like, look, I came here, I don't even know what to search for. Okay, that does happen. We have a section here called Most Popular. Most Popular is a customized space where you can actually define what the most popular task is within a certain day period. Here at IU, we use 7 days. So if I'm here and I'm a student, the most popular task in the last 7 days here at IU today is Canvas. Second is Gmail. So now I don't even have to discover those. They are just immediately available. So now we went from that simple instruction of search, click, done to now simply a click, done. We simplified and made this process faster. Our old portal system had a lot of information that we thought the user wanted to see. The reality is they just wanted to pick up their phone. They literally want to type into Google and they wanted to ask the question, I want to see my grades. I want to schedule my classes. They did not want to browse and navigate around it. Now, we do know some users still want to do that. You still can do that, but the primary focus here is search. Now, say you have multiple markets, multiple campuses, and some services are only for certain campuses. Right now, I have it set for all. Say I'm a Bloomington student only. I can come up here, change it to Bloomington, change the role to student only. You could also do alumni, so on and so forth. Now, any service that's not Bloomington and student will automatically filter it out in every single page. So now the browsing functionality won't show up, and also when I search, it won't show up. So it allows it to be even more narrow and easier to find information. I'm really excited about the product. It really works great because what it does is it puts a really fresh, clean front-end look on all your services here at IU or at your campus or your university. And so that way, even if you have, in our instance, we have over 1,000 tasks, they all come from the same funnel, which gives the user a more positive experience of using your systems. And if you do have a complicated system, like I showed the example before in Canvas, you can go directly to that functionality. So again, we only have so much time in this presentation, but I wanted to kind of give you a quick glimpse of what our product does and what it can do. And we're really proud of it. I do want to show one more thing before I jump back to the PowerPoint. And when I told you, I said we want to talk about feedback early and often. So we have 2 feedback channels within the product itself today. One, the user can simply hit the drop down and simply click send feedback. This will populate a form that we can actually predefine what questions they want to talk about. And then in our instance, you can either send it to your sports center, you can send it directly to an admin. So that's the general one. But even cooler, again, it is optional, you don't have to do it, is these little stars. Now users feel inspired that they can actually give direct feedback related to very specific services here at IU. So say you're like, you know what, Gmail, I have a feedback I want to give about it. They click on it once, click on it twice, and then fill out the information and click a 3rd time to submit. It's that quick to send feedback. And this actually will go directly to that service owner so that they can respond accordingly. Very quick, very easy. Now, not all instances version of this has to have a review system. We find it very valuable because we get real feedback in real time as things happen. In fact, if this is down for a day or two and for some reason you didn't know about it, your reviews will take a hit for it because they'll tell you what's going on. Now you have versioning. There's things you can do to refresh stars and things like that. It's not very scary overall, but we find it very valuable. And again, it is optional, but we like it here at IU. All right, so just again, really simple product. Feel free to go to one.iu.edu at any time. Take a look. You can play around with it. You can't launch the services themselves because the services are security protected, but the title, the application name here, and also if you click on the I, this is the description inside, is open to SEO, which allows us to actually make these things discoverable. All right, so let me go ahead and jump back to the PowerPoint presentation. Give you some more metrics. All right, we'll go to the next slide. So as of today, we have over 1,000 tasks here at IU, 76 task centers. Task centers are a collection of tasks. So for example, if you do have a student orientation, you can actually literally create all of them in one bundle and have that displayed. We have over 1,500 ratings, 1,500 reviews. We have 160,000 users that have one or more favorites. Like I said before, our average is 6. Our devices are usually typically 50-40, but it's 50-50 when it comes to mobile and desktop. But again, that changes based on the year. Now, we had so much success here at IU, we decided to partner with an organization called rSmart. rSmart is a great organization we worked with back in 2014. Indiana University partnered with rSmart to make this innovative cloud-based solution available to all higher education solutions as well. So now, not only do you have ours here, we started out as hardware locally, is now in a cloud. And so several institutions such as University of Hawaii, University of Notre Dame, Ohio State, University of Maryland, Portland University, Citrus College, University of Delaware, and several others are utilizing this product under the name of one campus. rSmart has been great at doing all the hard legwork for you. Now that it's cloud-based, the IT lift is very light. In fact, here at IU, we only have one admin for the product, that's me. And we have how many students and how many staff and faculty? We also, we just have that simplicity when it comes to the IT solution. Let rSmart help you when it comes to that product. I'm gonna go ahead and leave I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my contact information so that you can email it directly. If you have questions or comments about how we did it, how we engage students, how this made all of our services into one funnel, really helped boost the students' experience, I'd be more than happy to reach out to you. I'm also gonna go ahead and share rSmart's customer information. That way, if you wanna reach out to them directly, get a demo, they would be more than happy to set you up. Appreciate your time. Hope this conference has gone well for you. Talk to you later.